Everybody's talking about AI and how you can make a ton of money with it, but nobody has ever shown themselves actually doing that. I've even made a couple videos talking about how I would do it that have blown up and people loved them, but I think it's about time that somebody actually does it, and that is gonna be yours truly. So here's the challenge. I have to make $1,000 in the next 7 days, or I have to shave my head. And to be honest, I'm a little nervous because I don't think I would look very good bald. Now, I'm gonna try to use as many AI tools as I can to do as much of this as possible. So I guess I should get to work and see what happens. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It would mean a lot. And this is going to take a ton of my time over the next 7 days. Oh, and I'm super excited about this AI newsletter called Synthetic Mind. That's where I've learned a ton of stuff about artificial intelligence. It's free to join, but that's where I discovered a ton of these tools. So make sure to check that out. Linked below. I've subscribed to basically everyone I could find, and this is by far the best. Now, I'm actually going to attempt to do this twice in the video with 2 different income ideas that I have. So make sure to stick until the end. The first one is e-commerce. My goal is to get a Shopify store bringing in consistent sales through paid ads. I'm going to walk you through the whole thing and hopefully it works. Now, I've run a lot of stores in my career doing over 8 figures in sales. I do not have the capacity right now to start a brand new one. So what I did, instead of letting this go to waste, I took a student from inside of a new case study group we're doing, and I'm gonna let him keep this entire thing. It's his store, I'm building off of it, I'm gonna run the ads, and he gets to keep all the sales, all the money, and all the momentum at the end of this challenge. Somebody tell me why nothing is ever smooth sailing. And you can message me the word case study over on my Instagram if you want help. We have an insane risk-free test group going on right now that's just absolutely wild, and it's cranking out some insane results. So make sure to DM me the word case study and let's jump in. I'm looking to build this basic dropshipping store. Now, everybody says dropshipping is an issue with the shipping times. I can get 5 to 10 day shipping times while dropshipping, and I don't want to spend a bunch of money on inventory, especially when I started, I didn't have any money. I don't want to spend money until I'm bringing in $50,000 to $100,000 a month in sales. Honestly, 5 to 10 day shipping is fine. So the first step is finding a product to sell. If you don't already have an idea and you haven't seen something that you're like, oh, that's it, right? We have to go find that. And we can scroll through TikTok, we can look at existing Facebook ads, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. But we can actually use Chat GPT to help with that by asking it different questions about the search volume on products. You can also jump over and go to facebook.com/ads/library and look up anything you want, whatever category, in terms of, let's say we wanna sell dog products. You can look that up and see existing ads and see what other people are doing. All these product ideas, those are things you can look into. Now, I wanna make sure that whatever I'm selling is what we call evergreen. That means it's not some little trend or dinky thing that's gonna be done in 3 months. I need to be able to sell the products forever. We're trying to build a long-term brand here. Now, what's more evergreen than people being born? Let's ask how many new babies are born every year. It's 131 million. That is massive. So the broad niche here is going to potentially be newborns/babies. That is a massive industry, but we're gonna need to narrow it down. As for the total addressable market, I mean, that's 131 million new customers. However, that is not a number that we can sell to. Unfortunately, a 2-year-old doesn't have a credit card yet. So we're gonna be targeting the parents, but we can target parents of newborns, toddlers, young kids, teenagers. There's a lot of different angles we can find. So let's try this. How many parents buy products for young toddlers online? Let's figure out what our actual market size is, because it's not the kids that are buying the product, okay? Wow, and ChatGPT crashes again. Too many people are using it. Okay, let's try that again. All right, so we just had to rephrase it in a different way. How big is the toddler toy industry? Global toy sales reaching over 90 billion. So we can imagine that at least part of that would be attributed to the toddler toys. So I don't know if necessarily the total addressable market would be, at least 100 million people. I mean, if you have 120 million plus newborns every single year, you're gonna have a lot of toddlers at some point in the next few years. So that's a lot of people and a lot of money. Let me peruse on TikTok and the Facebook ads library to see what I can find in terms of toddler toys that might be able to be sold, or any product like that. Okay, that spit out a ton of products. The one I think that has the best reviews and potential margin are these flashcards. There's a lot of different variations of them, but basically young kids can use these to learn different words, animals, fruit, whatever it may be. There's a lot of these on Amazon with just insane amounts of reviews and stuff. So a lot of different things you could sell. Let me find a specific one and then get that added onto a store.
1 hour later.
Okay, so I added this product onto the store. It's only gonna be this one product there for now. We can find some others later if this works. There's 2 color variants, a blue and a pink. Kind of works for boy, girl, and the name of the store is going to be Scholar Kids. So a pretty simple thing. Now we just need to make an absolutely banging description. So write me a product description for flashcards that help toddlers learn different things and what the word is. Okay, so here's what ChatGPT spit out. Let's copy that and throw it over here. It is by no means done. Let me kind of read through this, think about things. I'm definitely gonna have to change around a lot of this stuff, but let me kind of build off this framework. Okay, so I just completely redesigned this. I changed around a lot of things. You know, I don't like, let's go back and compare this. Introducing our educational flashcards. Nobody cares who you are yet. You don't have a brand. So just flashcards for toddler development. I really like to do bullet point lists. That's definitely something I do in pretty much every description. Now, I do like to have some sort of insert of media inside of my descriptions. I don't really care what it is. It can be a GIF, it can be a photo, but I like to insert that around the halfway mark, usually after my highlight list or bullet point number or bullet points. Now, obviously this was spit out by Chat GPT, so I'd need to go through and make sure that this is actually accurate. Does it cover animal shapes, colors, and numbers? Well, we got to go through and figure that out. So you got to make sure that it is accurate, especially using a tool like this. Now, let's see if a tool like DALLE-E, which is also owned by OpenAI, can help create the media for this. We're going to jump over to DALLE-E. What can I ask it? Toddlers playing with educational flashcards. Let's see what that spits out. So you basically give this a prompt and it's going to create some direct pictures for you. Okay, so these kids look a little on the young side and these are not kind of the style of flashcards that we have. If you look at them, they look a little bit different. Playing with flashcards in the back seat of a car. So this will actually help by putting something like this right after where we talked about these are compact, you can take them on the go. So I think this one looks the best. Okay, that thing looks pretty good. We can make it a little smaller. I'm going to call that good to go, at least for now, and let's hit save. Now, my company spends over $100,000 a year on content. Most of that is video for the ads, but some of that is photos and professional photography for media that we add in the descriptions. So if AI can help automate photos and eventually video, that would save my company a ton of money, and I would be willing to pay for that. Not to mention, it can do it immediately. That took me 3 minutes. I sometimes have to wait a week or two for certain videos to come back. So now, I guess the next step would be getting this to make money. Let me toss on my blue light glasses and get some videos ordered for my content guys. This might take a couple days.
The next day.
All right, those videos came back and some of them look really good. Now I have to go ahead and set up TikTok. I want to post those videos using ad copy that is made from AI onto the TikTok. I plan on running TikTok ads because there's definitely a very big demographic of younger parents, people with young kids on that platform. So that's where we're going to try to target them. And for anybody trying to run TikTok ads, we always run Spark ads, which means you are pointing the ads to a post that is existing on your TikTok page. It's the best way to build engagement. That's how we've done millions and millions of dollars in sales just last year alone on TikTok. I got this photo back. Let me make sure my sound is off. Okay, so there's a couple things that I want to do here. I was trying to play around with Chat GPT and it's too long. The stuff there would be great for Facebook ads. It just doesn't work too good for TikTok. So with TikTok, here's basically what I've done. I'll write you like a $7 million ad copy right here. So I would say, give the gift of love, save 50% today. That right there, $7 million bucks. And you could put a heart. I've done some emojis. I keep it simple. I don't use a lot of hashtags or any when I'm running ads on this stuff, but you could modify this. Give the gift of education, right? Boom. Maybe that's not as sexy, but for a parent, they'd probably like that. That's it. I would post that and you're good to go. So post. Okay, so now here's the video. Now what you do is you click those 3 little dots, scroll all the way over and go to ad settings. Okay, this is how you actually grab it. So we're going to turn on ad authorization and we're going to generate a 365-day code. So for the next year, we can use this. We're going to hit manage. It'll take a minute, but then you're going to hit copy code and that's what we run the ads to. Okay, so I did that for the other couple videos too. And now what we got to do is we got to run this. It's going to be a website conversion ad over on TikTok. Make sure your pixel's in there. Let's just call this tests. We're not doing a split test, not doing a CBO right now. All this stuff we break down inside of our case study. Again, you can send me the word case study on Instagram. Happy to help you out with all of this stuff. So basic test, we will rename this momentarily. First, we got to put on a couple things. Okay, let's start with the pixel. What are we going for here? What's the goal with the event? We are looking for a complete payment. Okay, so boom, there we go. I had already done test payment, so it's all lit up green. Automatic placements. Now, if you're running a Spark ad on TikTok, you can't do this. You're gonna have to select your placement and only do TikTok. Okay, user comment, your call. I do let people share. I don't let people download. So comment, that's up to you. I'll leave that on for now. I don't want to waste your time going through all this, so let me just get these ads filled out and then I'll show you. Okay, so we're going to start with Canada and the US, top 2 audiences on TikTok. I'm going to remove 13 to 17. Those people can't track because the privacy policies anyways, they don't tend to buy a ton. So we'll do 18 plus, everything else, not segregating by household income. I'm going to do one interest, which is children's books, something that relates to what we're trying to do, but I'm going to expand that based on the interest, not the age. So that immediately makes it go to a very, very large audience. If we remove that, it's going to drop to probably 14 million. Okay, yeah, 13 to 15. So we'll add that back on. $100 a day budget. That's typically my minimum. I like to get it up to multiple hundreds of dollars per day as quickly as possible. No day parting that'll cause spending issues on your ad account. Conversion, lowest cost is what you have to do when it's a new pixel and everything. Hit next. We'll jump to the next page here. And now, my friends, here is how we make the money. We turn on the Spark ads. Okay, so you don't even have to link an account. You just do the authorize post. Okay, so down here you can select your posts. You will have pre-added all of them in, but what you do is you authorize and put that code for each video that I just showed you how to do. Hit search and add it, and then you'll be able to select them all right here. Okay, so I've got 3 pulled up here, including some with different ad copy. I'm going to try a bunch over the next week once I see this get going. So I'm going to keep it very simple to start with. What we do have to do is put the link to the store. Now, what you should do is go all the way down here on your product page and hit edit. And then what we're going to do is remove all of this thing. Okay, we're just going to put cards. That's the shortest possible thing I can think of. You don't want a very long URL. So let's hit save. Boom. Now we're just going to jump over to the online store. And so what I'm going to do on the product page is I'm going to get rid of all of this for the variant and just put card. I'm going to copy that. And now if I was to just put that in and search, it's going to pop up here. And there you go. Now you have a much, much shorter URL. So we'll throw that in there. Boom. Done. And then if you want to customize any call to action, I always do dynamic. It just lets TikTok optimize for you, not a big deal. And then you're good to go. Now at this point, one thing I will do is jump back and change the name on the ad group. I can always do it later, but I'll just do US/Canada. So I know we're targeting children's book EI because I expanded the interest, and that's it. That's all we did. So it's not rocket science. All the links are in. I'm going to go ahead and hit submit, and boom. Now we're going to be spending $100 a day on this first ad. I am going to launch some more ads here over the next day or so, just so I can get some more money flowing and show you guys the results from these. So as you can see, all these are not delivering. They're going to be sitting in review for at least a couple hours while TikTok approves them, and then they'll be good to go. They'll be spending. But ladies and gentlemen, now we have to do this while we wait for these ads to start getting results. We have to try the second income idea that I had, which is freelancing. I made a very popular video about how to make money with Chat GPT, and a bunch of people said, there's no way you can make money freelancing. Well, instead of talking about it, let's be about it. Let's do it. Let's see if people will hire me as a freelancer, and they don't know that I'm fulfilling this service with AI. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so I'm about 15 minutes deep into building my whole portfolio here on Upwork and starting to make some posts. That's the goal. And I'm actually using Chat GPT a little bit to go ahead and fill out some of this. You can use it and say, hey, write a description for how I would sell a freelance service for email marketing. So you can actually use the tool for that, but this is taking way too long and I'm not finished yet. All right, so to kickstart this, I'm going to set an hourly rate. It's going to be $30. That's disgustingly cheap, but I think with how well positioned I am, I think we'll get some orders. I usually recommend people start off lower, start at 20 or 30, do a couple jobs that way, get good ratings, get good reviews, maybe offer something to upsell. I don't think we'll have difficulty with how I set up the profile by showing results and stuff. I used all the social proof I could to get hired for $30 an hour. So yeah, I'm going to have to remember to take this profile down after this challenge because I do not want to work for $30 an hour. No offense. I was there at one point. I would have been happy for the work, but not anymore. Okay, so $30 an hour. Some of my skills: website copywriting, e-commerce marketing, website, sales funnel writing, email copywriting, all the stuff that I could use AI to assist with, not only the skill itself if I don't have it, but also with the speed. So I've been the head of marketing for the last 5-6 years with Ecom Season, 6 years, helped this company generate over $20 million in revenue. Like, that's accurate for my business. Writing every funnel. I have actually not built every funnel for our company. We now have people that do all the emails and stuff. So, but I've been there for years. I've been in that position. I know it. I oversee those departments. So yeah, we've done pretty well inside of my company. By the way, this is taking an absolutely ridiculous amount of time. If you appreciate the dedication of this video, it'd mean a lot to me if you just like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment down below, hook your boy up. Let's submit the profile. Boom. All right, so now the profile is ready. Let me browse jobs. I'm not only going to try to have businesses come hire me, but I want to actively pursue them and find some creative pitches. So let me get cranking. It's probably going to take a bit to get some freelance work coming in, and then we'll check in on the ads once there's some results. So I will see you soon.
Day 2.
Okay, and just like that, over 24 hours has passed, and let's check out the results. On the Shopify store, I launched these ads yesterday. It's done $1,700 in sales, which is quite impressive. Now, I did spend a good bit on ads, ended up launching multiple different things here with a total budget of 100, 250, and 100. So that adds up. That's a lot more than I would normally launch, but I wanted to get this off the ground quick, and that bet paid off. So I have since killed 2 of these. I'll probably be turning one of these back on. I just wanted to modify it and stop the spend because this This was obviously the highest budget one. So if we take a look right now at today so far, I'll show you the profit here in a second, but it has spent $389. So almost $400 spent. Then if you go to today right here, you can see the sales, $700. So today actually wasn't that hot. It's pretty common for the first, day, first 24 hours or so to kind of pop up a little better. There was profit on the store. We'll talk about that in a moment, but just comparative to yesterday, the results were a little bit better. Okay, so yesterday hit 1,000 right there on the first day launch and stuff, which was great with some of this new stuff. We only spent $429. So much better optimization. Things are obviously performing better. Now there's a couple things going on right now with the store. Number one, there's no other product on this entire site. So now that I've seen at least some proof of concept, there's two things I have to go do. Number one, the product description. It needs to be a little heavier, a little bit more scripted. And so I'm going to build off of what Chat GPT gave me. I know I already did that, but it needs to be reworked. The second thing is the upsell. I'm not a huge fan of having to lower your cost per purchase over here on the ad account and really battle these numbers. While that is something that's important and you can get these numbers down, it's actually better in my opinion just to focus on increasing the average order value. So by adding an additional product that we can offer to people who are already purchasing, that will be a huge profit driver. Now, so with the $900 or so spent on ads and the $1,700 in sales, the profit so far is only about $220. Part of the reason for that is because the sourcing price is up here, right? We're not working with some preferred rate. We don't have a lot of orders yet, so it's just getting started. Eventually, that cost will go down, but I definitely want to see this average order value closer to 50. Now, as for the second attempt is the freelancing over on Upwork. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little lazy. I only applied to a couple jobs and posted a couple things. I could probably spend a few hours and do that, but I'm really hoping that I don't have to do a lot of this freelance work because I would much prefer to blow this up. It's just gonna be faster, easier, and more scalable. But nonetheless, no hits on this yet. I do think I'll get a booking or two, but I think it will just take a little bit of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply to more, put in a little more legwork on that, but the Shopify store is showing some promise, but it's just the beginning. We'll see what the next couple days brings, so I will check in with you shortly.
Day 3.
Why is nothing ever smooth sailing? Okay, $104 in sales, but those are all in the last 45 minutes. Today, we spent $240 on ads so far. Nobody was able to check out until less than an hour ago. Why? The student inside of the case study group who I'm doing this for, he decided to change who he was fulfilling with, which is fine, but he forgot to update a shipping setting, so nobody was able to actually complete their payment. That's why nobody spent any money, and we just burned through about $200 on ads. So not a huge deal. I will let you know what ends up happening by the end of the day. All right, everything has been launched for over 3 days now, and we just wrapped up at $550 on the day. Unfortunately, because of yesterday's issue where nobody could check out on the store, that wiped out the profit yesterday, brought us right from 220 back to almost exactly zero. So unfortunately, had to restart. Today was right at break even, so we are still at a big fat zero, which during the product testing phase is actually pretty dang good as you're testing a lot of stuff, but nonetheless, it should still be at a couple $100, but it isn't. So we're at zero, at least not negative, so I guess that's a win. All right, guys, after some adversity here, day 5, the ads have finally taken a turn after nobody was able to check out, and they're finally looking pretty optimized. So yesterday spent $500 minus 50 cents. All right, that'll get you a little piece of candy there. And the total sales on the day was $16.49. Now, about $362, give or take, in product cost, which leaves us with a total grand profit of $787.50. Look at that right there. Maybe it won't focus, but pretty excellent on the profit. Now, unfortunately, because the order issue happened where we lost the $220 in profit, we would have basically exactly hit the $1,000 target, which is my goal here. We would have already hit that. Now, I'm hoping we do that. So far today, right now it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, only $450 in sales. The ads did slow down. And then so far today, spent on ads, they haven't been quite as optimized. It has spent, I believe, almost $300, so $292. So that's like a super slight profit. We did get the product cost down ever so slightly. Big shout out to my buddy Gage, who helps with a lot of fulfillment, their company Dropship Agent, but it should be pretty good. The cool thing is a lot of people have been really ramping up how many products they're purchasing. So without even setting up some crazy upsells and whatnot, we are starting to get some more orders where people take 2, and there still is no other product on this store. There is nothing else added. If you jump over to the products, it is still just this one. So I've been a little lazy. I'm traveling. If you might have noticed, now I'm at my other home, so have not had the chance to do that. That is on the docket for tomorrow. But I would say 5 days in, this is really, really good. This is actually a little bit above average for what you would usually see when product testing. It had a really good day, popped up to $1,600 in sales, and that basically solidified the number. So as long as nothing crazy happens, I'm gonna hit the $1,000 goal. And now I'm pretty much putting the freelancing to the side because that honestly is a lot more work and annoyance, and I have to deal with other people versus just doing this on my own time, which is something I enjoy. Hence why I got into e-commerce many, many years ago. If you want to get started with e-commerce, we have a course. You can get the $1 Shopify trial, and there's a bunch of other videos on this channel that you can check out. A lot of great resources for you. All right, and day 6 of the challenge produced $869 in sales. Now, unfortunately, this was another not so hot day. The ads did not perform too well, spending a full $500 to get those conversions. And unfortunately, the total profit on that after product cost, gotta factor that in, is $34.38. So nothing too hot, but still something to add to it, which brings us to a total profit of $821.88. Not bad. We only have one day left, and let me show you exactly what that day did on the 14th here of January. The final day did $1,200 in sales, and we jump over into the ad account, go over to the 14th. And by the way, if you appreciate this transparency, drop a like down below. This also spent basically the full $500 that was scheduled to spend. However, $1,200 in sales, massive difference from $800. That difference is a lot of extra profit. So the gross margin after product cost before ads was exactly $874.44. So that brings day 7 and the final day of this challenge to $374.64 in total profit, which brings our total, this is exciting, to $1,169.52. Thank goodness I don't have to shave my head. I think I would look absolutely ridiculous. I actually did get a little bit nervous there with the checkout issue because I had to make up for lost time. Now, that $1,200 or so in profit was off a total of $6,200 in revenue. So it depends on how you look at it. We still hit the target either way, but it was definitely e-commerce that led the charge there. Now, to be honest, I was pretty lazy with the freelancing stuff, especially as soon as I saw the store working. I knew that I could hit my numbers just with that, so I stopped applying to a lot of freelance jobs. Although that might take longer, I do think it's still a good option if you're trying to get some extra work. Just do everything. So there you have it, folks. Yet another store up and running, this time for a student who should be able to take this over and pretty easily produce $100,000 to $200,000 a year in profit, which is awesome to see. I love it. Now, I know this might look a little bit easy. I might make it look simple. I've been doing this for 6 or 7 years, so understand that I build businesses for a living, specifically in the e-commerce world. So a lot of these little things for me are pretty second nature. Now, to tie this whole thing together, I don't think as of right now or anytime soon, AI is going to completely revolutionize either of these industries, freelancing or e-commerce, but it is a tool that you can use to help you in some way. And the ads performed well, the product description did well, some of the email sequences I wrote as well they didn't stand out. Now, it wasn't crazy better results, but it did allow me to do that quicker.
There's a lot of elements that are missing. I think that some of the points are expanded a little bit too much, and the offer isn't really described as thoroughly as I think it could be. So this is missing strong elements of urgency or scarcity. So this is an entry level copy. It's not fantastic, but it's also not bad either.
How much are you guys doing right now a month through email?
I would say about 1.6 million.
Casual, buddy.
And the same thing with freelancing. It can just help you expand your portfolio and fulfill some parts of your service faster. Speed is your friend. So e-commerce is by far the winner, and that is 100% the business that I would recommend to everybody in 2023. I did all of this for a student's store, so he can now take it over. And don't forget, shoot me a message over on my Instagram page saying case study if you want access to our newest test group. What we're doing before we launch a new pretty expensive training program, we want a couple more people to go through it. We're going to build more case studies, more success stories, exactly like what you just saw in today's video. So DM me the word case study and my team will get back to you with some more information on exactly what that looks like if it's not full yet. So other than that, thankfully my hair is staying for now, but let me know if you want to see another challenge. I would love to do it. It was a lot of fun, a lot of work though. So if you did enjoy the video, it'd mean a lot to me if you just drop a like and subscribe down below. Take care.